Looks like I'm live. Though this stream always seems like way too far behind, which is kind of annoying. Hi. I'm gonna assume I'm live. If I'm not live, someone please let me know. Anyway, so you'll have to bear with me as I get everything set up here. But I'm gonna do some 3D modeling work. It's not gonna be really extensive, really involved. I don't even have anyone watching yet, so I don't know why I'm telling everybody, but hey, maybe you're watching this after the fact. It's not going to be very extensive or involved. I just did a Twitter poll a couple nights ago, since we're about to start up Geeky Gentleman Horror Month, and I decided to let fans decide whether or not I should make a special logo just for Horror Month, since I usually call the show Ghouly Gentleman during that. The real rub here is, of course, the potential that people really like it, and then I'll have to make one for History Month and Holiday Month and Comedy Month. Geeks for Fun, you're live and here. John Wonder says you're live and looking well. Well, thanks for that. That's good to hear. So give me a sec as I just set everything up and get everything looking good. Okay, that's right. There we go. Got that happening. If I put this over here, what does the screen look like? Okay, so it's just me in front of Maya now. Oh God, where moved me? Okay, let's go up here in this corner. Not a lot of action should be happening up there. All right. So I think I'm good. I should check something. Okay, good. Audio's good. Cool. Well, yeah. So I'm gonna be making a logo. Now, I need to go through and find some stuff. I might need to plug this hard drive in. Bear with me. Oh, yeah. Oh, well, it can go with the normal. So first thing I'm going to need to find, because what I've got in mind is my my normal light has the Pac-Man characters in it. Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde, and of course Pac-Man himself. So since it's Horror Month, Ghouly Gentleman, the thing that made the most sense to me is the scariest thing that could ever happen, which is Pac-Man in a corner as all the ghosts move in, and there's no chance to survive. So that's kind of the idea I'm going to be going for. So I need to find my file where I've created all of the ghosts and everything. So I think, well, hold on. All right, let's go searching through here. Hopefully you don't see all my porn. God, I hope it's on here somewhere. Maya Projects. Miss Pac-Man Bow. GG Light. There we go. Let there be light. So, like any good editor, I'm going to have 16,000 versions of the same program open all at once, and it won't slow down my computer at all. Okay, that sounds good. Cool. All right, and I've got to minimize some stuff. So I also said this would be an Ask Me Anything, and so I'll be answering questions from the chat periodically through. Joel Davis says, "Hey, and did you hear Spidey is back in the MCU? The Mouse Overlord is once again victorious." Yeah. Oh, what is bugging out over here? It's one of those things that's just like I like the MCU Spider-Man films. I know that that's probably not the most popular decision, but damn it, I'm gonna be the contrarian and enjoy the good movies, despite the fact that they're not perfect Spider-Man characters in every sense of the word. So yeah, it's just a little annoying the way people act about the Holland Spider-Man films, and I just don't like. I don't like the gatekeepy sense that I get from it. The very privileged sense that I get from a lot of fans that hate the MCU films. I like them quite a bit. I like them more than I liked the Andrew Garfield film. So on one level, yeah, I'm excited that Spider-Man's going to continue to be in the MCU. That's great. I'm curious for how long. If nothing else, if I were the writer of that film, I'd make sure I leave like a really solid conclusion. I wouldn't want to leave too much up to chance there, to be perfectly honest. That shit would kind of get me nervous, because just it seems like the rights could fall through at any time, and that could be, just really unfortunate. So yeah, that's one of the things that I think about with it. But at the same time, I'm like, Disney just gets everything they want, and on some level, I was kind of happy that Disney was going to be left out in the cold for once. So the fact that's not happening kind of bugs me a little bit. And I don't know, I've mixed feelings on it, I guess, to be sure, is kind of where I'm sitting. Alright, so I'm debating whether I want the Ghoulie Gentleman to be 100% new font, new text, all that jazz, or if I want the Ghoulie Gentleman to just be the word Ghoulie in a new font, and to leave Gentleman the same but just take the ghosts out. So I'm going to experiment with that here for a bit. Geeks for Fun, that fucking weeb says, Sony also seems to have wrangled Marvel into making Venom and all their other stuff connected. That is interesting. It seems like a poor choice, possibly. Let's do a quick... Where's that? That seems like it could be a poor choice, because, Venom kind of sucked. It wasn't an awful movie, but good wouldn't be the word I'd use. Yeah, nice burnt orange. Okay. So that gives me something to play with for ideas. So I don't know. I want Spider-Man... I wanted a Venom movie to be connected to Spider-Man, and so maybe that's a good way to do it. I guess I just don't know. I can't believe how much Sony or Disney was asking for to start with. Let's see here. Let's start with all caps, and let's do a version without. All right. So I'm just gonna play around in Paint.net here and see what I can come up with. Let's make sure the G is capitalized on both. See what I can come up with, just to give myself an idea of what this will look like. Find a font that I like, and something that's just a little easier to handle. Okay, so... This is always a fun part. Joel Davis says, I heard that too. I feel it could be an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. / Marvel, Netflix Marvel situation. They are connected, but MCU is never going to mention it. It'll be one-way connection. Yeah, that seems incredibly likely to me. If they couldn't even do it with their own properties like the MCU Netflix shows and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., there's no way they're going to do it with fucking Sony stuff. Like, I don't never say never, but I am highly doubtful. That's kind of cool looking. Geeks for Fun says, think it just means we're definitely getting Venom and Spidey, which is super weird given they both have zero connection to each other. Yeah, I don't know how the fuck you're gonna connect Tom Hardy Venom to Spider-Man at this point. I guess if you make the Venom movie Carnage the villain of the Venom movie, and like they just happen to be in the same place, same time kind of thing, and so Venom is trying to make a good name for himself, but Spider-Man just assumes he's a bad guy and like gets him all murdered and stuff. I guess that could work. right, so this font's called Chiller. It's definitely got the right kind of like horror-esque look to it for Geeky Gentleman Horror Month, but I don't think I can really play with the Pac-Man characters in this super easily, so I'll put this as a maybe for now. Let's keep looking. And I might have to just get online and download some fonts, which is always fun. This looks bad. This looks alright. Alright, this is a font called Floydian. This is based off Pink Floyd's The Wall. I think I'm going to go with this. I think this will work really well. Now, it's undeniably all caps, but I can work with that. That's doable. Alright, let's see how it looks in Maya. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Never mind. Okay. I've been out of practice on this, but don't worry. I'm sure that just means everything's going to be awful. Okay. So let's just, you know what, I'm kind of feeling just going with the whole light recreated as opposed to keeping the gentleman. I think it'll look better when if it'll all be one thing. No, not a tab. Okay. Alright, so what I've got right now is just 3D font in a generic font style, and the font I was going to use was called Floydian. So let's go find that again. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, so Floydian. There we go. Alright, now here comes a problem. The end's a little busted on gentleman, but I think I can make that work. Also, the spaces are too much. Let's get that out of there. Maybe one more? Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. So, what I do with when I create text, you'll notice this for like my credit sequences and stuff, is I create it in Maya here, but then I go through and actually steal the curves to make it happen. So, Control H. Okay, this is actually looking much better. I might not have to do anything with the ends, which is nice. John Wonder says, personally not into the MCU movies, but don't begrudge anyone who is. I thought Venom was great, but that's me. I just, it's a weird fucking movie. If you're into it, that's totally cool. Let's see here. Joel says, loved your Darth Maul discussion, by the way. In some way, Maul is like the weaker version of Vader from A New Hope. He's all design, but without even the little bit limited of story and character Vader had. I think that's a good point. Vader had like that mysterious background thing with Obi-Wan, though. Vacuminator, hey, Vac, says, hi, is this a Wendy's? No. I'd like to order a large vanilla Frosty. Okay, I could probably do that for you. Let's see here. Here we go. Vanilla Frosty. There you go. Large vanilla Frosty right there for you, Vac. And now, pictures of dicks. Nah, just kidding. Just kidding. The funny thing is, I could do it. I don't have to worry about being demonetized. All right. So I've created the curve here, the lines, and what I've got to do now is find the right brush to use, because Maya has this little nifty thing called Paint Effects, and you can just create like a little glow thing, which luckily I have right here, a neon orange glow. So I can select that and then go to Generate, Curve Utilities, Attach Brush to Curves. How'd it turn out? Let's get a look at this. Oh, okay. Let's bring the render window over here and get a look at what we've done. Okay, I'm working in the wrong one. Let's do this one more time. I told you all I'd be wildly out of practice. This looks like nothing's happening, but indeed it did. So this worked out actually really, really well for us. It's nowhere near done or anything, but this gave us what we were hoping for, which is a nice solid outline. There's no errors, which is great. So now I go through and I play with the brush. I'm going to start out by bumping up its global scale and the brush width. I should probably do it. There we go. Let's do it with this one. It'll be a little bit better of a visual representation. Okay, that is too big. All right, let's go with that. I'm debating. So like, there's these objects in it, these lines that are meant to be kind of like holes, and I'm debating whether that's a good idea to have or not. It might be worthwhile if I keep them transparent, and it'll look kind of cool. Oh, what did I do? It's supposed to be like a rip or something, so we'll see. All right, so let's focus in on just the G, and see what we get. That'll be $5 for the Lord Frosty, sure. Oh, thanks, LOL. Send it to our Patreon. I might. I wonder, I like to dip my fries in Frosty. Same. How to turn up. It's one of those things. I don't like fries and ice cream like that. That doesn't do it for me. You know, that actually, just for fucking around with the values, that doesn't look half bad. I might bring it down just a little bit. Right now I'm just playing with these things called brush width and global scale. And so I think I might bring the global scale down just a tad and do another test render here. That's looking good. That's looking pretty good. Let's see it from a distance. Yeah, I think I like that. I think that works. And you know, luckily the color actually ended up being pretty good too. The only thing I want is more of a glow effect to it. So I got to go through here and find where the glow, where the glow color is. I'm gonna boost this up. Let's go around there and see what we get. That looks a little more intense. I think that'll work. I think that's nice and bright and just what we need. All right. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna save this brush preset. So I can have exactly what I need. Ghoulie Gentleman. And so now I've got it saved for that one, and I'm just going to go through and highlight all my strokes, which are all these white things that have attached themselves to the curves, and tell the preset here to apply the Ghoulie Gentleman to all the selected strokes. And boom! Let's get a little bit better angle on this. Zoom in here a little bit and see how it looks. You know, not bad, not bad. I'm still a little iffy on these sections here of like the rips, as it were. Joel Davis says, Deborah Chow is directing the Obi-Wan series. She was a Jessica Jones director, and Hossein Amini is a writer. He wrote Drive and The Alienist. Also, you cannot have some catch-up, Joel. I mean, I don't know. I'll see. The spin-off Star Wars movies, I've liked them well enough so far. Alright, so what I'm thinking I'm going to do here is these little sections here are just a little too big. So I think I'm going to reduce them quite significantly on both the brush width and the global scale. So it's just about finding them to really get a sense of it. Yeah, I think that'll work a little bit better. It'll make the rip look better. So I'm going to go through and do that. John Winder says, I have no clue how to do what you were doing. Yeah, 3D modeling is not very easy, to be perfectly honest. I wonder something. Does the O have the double ring? Yes, okay. I sometimes don't even know what I'm doing. I feel like a lot of what I do here is just relearn the program all over again half the time I open it, because Maya is just so complex that you can just spend forever trying to figure stuff out. When I work with Maya, most of the stuff I do is just trying to figure out how to solve a problem as opposed to really doing any like creating, which gets just very annoying, to be honest. I think I might delete this. Well, nah, we'll leave it alone. We'll just leave it be. So yeah, what I'm going to go through is just reduce the rips a little bit. So they're just, I think the less bulky they are, the better they'll look. Oh, what am I thinking? Okay. I'm using the F key to just zoom straight to it, which is useful. Nope. It just puts it in like a really good full frame, which just helps to try to figure out what it is I'm looking for. Yeah. So some of these just find it, reduce, find it, reduce. Vicumumator says, looking good, feels very mid-2000s Cartoon Network. Well, thank you, sir. That's how I feel about Photoshop and HitFilm. Yeah, just relearning it and problem solving, it can be such a nightmare. It's ridiculous. Alright, global scale. The thing I don't like about digital art is just how much of it is fighting with the program, because it seems the main philosophy, I suppose, of a lot of these programs is to give you the ability to do anything means they have to really reduce the amount of help the program can give you. If the program is too friendly for use, it can't be as powerful. It can't allow for as much customization. Is just how I tend to notice it, I guess. Because what I always notice whenever I'm using this stuff is just some of these feel just so like clunky to try to work with, and it seems it's all just about trying to make it so you could do whatever you want. You can customize every single little detail. John Wonder says, I need software or something to make high quality pictures / memes. Any recommendations? I had it open here earlier. This is paint.net. It's a free program, free to use, and I think it's really user friendly. One of the things that drives me crazy about Photoshop is anytime I try to use it, it's just so complicated to do the most basic things, whereas paint.net has a lot of just nice quick hotkeys and stuff, though it is just, like I was saying earlier, it's not as capable. There's very hard limits to exactly how far you can push it, what kind of quality you can get. But if you like the thumbnails I use in Geeky Gentleman, that's that's the program I use to do just about everything for my thumbnails. So that's the kind of quality you can get, I suppose. So yeah, just go through. Sorry, this part's a little boring, but I'm almost done. And then we get to the really fun part. I think that'll be good. Giminer says, I pirated Photoshop CF6 off Pirate Bay ages ago, and it's never let me down. I mean, it's one of those things where, like, if I were slightly more disciplined, I'd probably learn Photoshop and Adobe Premiere, and I might actually have a career in editing as opposed to working at a dice factory. But I'm very lazy. And so when I find a way to do something and it kind of works, I just kind of stick with it and just make it work for me. as opposed to, you know, just going through the process of like relearning something. So like, you know, Vegas is what I used to edit video with, and it's, again, it's not the most capable program in the world. You can't always do every single thing you'd hope to, but it's a much more forgiving program. It's a much easier program to work with, and so it just makes it makes the whole process just a lot easier to use. So the pipeline's less confusing. Okay, so I've got everything, I think, the way I want it. Let's give a quick render. Yeah, I think reducing the size of the rips really did help out there. They don't splotch out as much, which is nice. All right. So now we're gonna see what happens when I do this. Oh my god, it actually worked. That is very, very surprising. I was not expecting that one. Yay! So what I've done is I've created a mesh inside of the text here. And this is basically just like if I move it out, it's basically just the text, but it's this nice planar, very incredibly flat thing. And so what I want to do with that is apply a new texture to it. And this is going to be kind of the backing of my light, so it'll look better when it's in a shaded, or when it's in a background. So what I've done is I've applied a Lambert texture, and Lamberts are just a really flat, no reflectivity, no nothing. And I'm just going to basically drop down all of the values because I don't want anything to happen to this. I want this to just be perfectly black, because let me do a Control H on that. When I render this, and it's not an ideal angle, but that's fine. I'll save an image of this just to kind of show you guys. And I'll just save it to the desktop real quick where I totally won't forget about it and it won't sit there for years. Where is it at? Hey, speaking of 3D modeling, here's a Green Lantern battery that I 3D modeled. Seriously, where's it at? There we go. Alright, so here is what we've just created with absolutely no background in the text. Oh, shouldn't use orange. Let's use black. Okay. So yeah, that's like the light still shows up and stuff, and again, it's not a perfect angle. But let's go ahead and go into Google here and I don't know, horror movie. This is a really bad horror movie, but God. So like, let's say I'm making a thumbnail for the movie and I want to put the logo on it. If I don't have a background in my text here, it's gonna look really, yeah, just completely washes out in the frame and gets completely lost. So the Lambert texture is there to just kind of provide that background that I need. Let me reset my stuff here. All right, 8:30. Joel says, I feel you in. At this point, everything I use program-wise or computer-wise or do is probably haphazard and only makes sense in my own head. I know that feel. Vac says, that's totally fair. I'm kind of the same. I just got Photoshop back in the day because I thought that's what you had to use to be serious about stuff and never looked into anything else. Vac says, also, looks like that deadass looks like a monster from the Tattooed Teenage Alien Fighters. Is a really bad grindhouse horror movie. And, oh, no, not Control H. What? Crap, I forgot my hotkeys. Show. Crap. Where display? Show. Shows, it's Shift H. Okay. So having this really flat background here is actually really going to help the logo really stand out. So now that we have everything that we need for the logo, we're going to just put it all in a group. And we're going to call this Ghoulie Group. And the reason I did that is Maya's got some weird properties with how things move. So like here's just the curves, and if I move just the curves, the strokes might, okay, the strokes actually did move with them, and surprisingly the planner did. So I might have been able to get away with that without having to create a big group, but just as a precaution, I've created it as a group, so now I can move all of it together without worry. I've just turned on the rotation tool, and I want to work with this on a specific plane. Okay, maybe creating it as a big group wasn't a good idea. Alright, screw it. Let's ungroup it, and we'll work with just the curves. And hope to God it works. Everything seemed to be going okay, so who knows? Alright, so what I've done is I've rotated it slightly so I could figure out which one of these is my angle and where I want it. So I want it at negative 90 degrees. So it's now perfectly flat. And I want it more toward the center of my little grid here. So that way I can go to orthographic view and view it from the top down. Now I'm looking at a 3D image, of course. I'm looking at it in 2D space, however, which makes it easier to work with. Manos is here. Hey Manos, you missed with the movie where the guy turns into a snake. Joel says hi, and Vax says hi, and everyone's saying hi. Hi, all of you. All right. So let's go ahead and go back to our light. I bet you forgot this existed. So the first thing I want is Pac-Man. Now I'm not going to animate the Ghoulie Gentleman logo, at least not yet. I don't even really want to think of that right this second. So yeah, just don't even make me think of that. All right. So let's drop Pac-Man into the scene. Okay. Where he at, though? Okay. So I'm going to rename him Pac-Man because the naming convention didn't carry over. Oh, it's Pac-Man. I'm going to reduce some shit. Okay. Manos has seen and we both agree that film sucks. Yeah, it really do. Okay, I need this open, and I need this open. So I've got Pac-Man in here, and he's got kind of odd movement. Oh, he's got a lot of animation to him. Oh boy, okay. Alright. Delete every keyframe. Oh good, he moves around like crazy. This is fun. Alright. How do this. Okay. I'm gonna have to go through here and just delete a lot of stuff. This is gonna be fun. Alright, I think I should be good. I think I can make that work. I just want him open-mouthed. Alright. So I want Pac-Man to be in a corner, kind of backed into a corner and looked like he's not going to be able to get out, and just kind of surround him by ghosts. And I think the best place to make that action happen is going to be right here in the corner of the L of Gentleman. Though I'm tempted to use this space in the O. You know, that might work a bit better. Let's play with that one. All right. Okay, we'll just keep working with them on this one. All right. So I need to remember. Oh God. I need to remember that I'm on frame 8.40. So let's type that somewhere, just so I don't forget. Manos is literally at work watching this. Hey, Manos, way to be a responsible adult. I appreciate you being here. All right. So obviously, Pac-Man is very large in this image, and it seems that when I scale him, it's messing with his attributes a little bit. So I'm hoping it doesn't ruin too much to get him right about there. There we go. I think that works. I think that looks good. Let's back out a little bit and just do a quick test render. Okay, yeah, he comes up fine. Not too overshadowed, which is nice. All right. So what I'm thinking is ghost here, since there's a lot of space, ghost here. Maybe I can squeeze one there. Maybe put one down here in the U. There's 4 ghosts, so I need to find spots. The bitch is going to be that Clyde is probably going to end up being the same color as the light. All right. So let's go back over to our other program, and let's grab Blinky. Okay. So Blinky is just grouped, and just going to throw them over into here. All right. Let's see here. Hey, it's Primal Mythos. Hey, Primal Mythos, nice to see you. I can only stay on here for a little while. It's a bit late in the UK. That's understandable. Yeah, it's probably, what, like 3 a.m. for you? That's cool, that's cool. Alright, so let's bop Blinky in here. Alright, there he is. Let's rename the group Blinky so I don't forget who he be. Alright. Now, an interesting thing about Blinky right now is he is multiple nested groups. I can't move that one. Can I move this one? Yes. Okay. So his eyes are looking up, and I do have the ability to nest his eyes or move his eyes in 4 directions as I see fit, but I really don't want to have to, because that could get kind of messy. Oh crap. I've done it again. Great. There we go. Cool. FML. All right. So I don't want to have to mess with too much of him, but let's hope. Please work, please work, please work, please work. How scale? How do? It's not working. Damn it. All right. Move this back over. I'm trying to just get this centered. There's a damn command to do it, and I can't remember it to save my life right now. All right. So for whatever reason, I'm not able to scale Blinky. At least not just yet. Why not, though? I would like an answer, please. Those are his eyes. This is like a really complicated thing the more you look at it, isn't it? Half 1 a.m., but yeah, it's kind of late. Oh, don't you give me your fucking British times with your half o'clocks. Okay, so unfortunately the nesting is rather complicated, but I can't mess with it for some... Well, kinda can. Oh, I bet I know what I'm doing wrong. Okay, I think I got this. God damn it. F, and then Blinky. Let's try just that one. Okay, that's definitely not working, but this one should. Why do you no work? Fine, we'll do it your way and just make this really weird. For some reason, I can only... I can't do a nested... or a scaled adjustment. I have to adjust him manually by the X and Y axis. That's so strange. All right, make him just a little bit bigger because this is Pac-Man and Ghoulie Gentleman, and shit's getting real. He's a little too tall. Let's make him a little wider. Reduce that height just a little bit. All right. See, that works. So his eyes are looking in the up direction. The Pac-Man ghosts, their eyes don't move linearly. They just dart from one direction to the other, and they only go in the 4 cardinal directions. Alrighty. Manos, I got really big into 2018 She-Ra again as I wait for Star Wars. Good stuff, but now I have to get into something else as I wait for season 4. That's the problem with She-Ra. It's great, but like the seasons are criminally short. Alright, so Blinky is in place, which is nice. Okay. Let's go back and grab one of our other ghosts. Once we find him. Oh, I'm in the wrong program. There we go. Okay. Took a minute. This stuff is fun. Go away. Okay. Let's grab Pinky. Alright, that worked out good. So Pinky's eyes are pointing down, which could maybe be a problem, but we'll see what we can do. Alright. Let's zoom out so that we know where Pinky comes in. Yes. Oh, good. So Pinky didn't move too far away. Let's rename the group Pinky and move them. Okay, for some reason Pinky moves just fine. So Pinky's eyes are pointing this away. So what I think I'm going to do is just try to place Pinky as best I can without having to mess with anything. You know, if I can, the least work I can do. I mean, they're all kind of interchangeable to me. I don't really care. Which one is you know, it's so weird that that's happening. I don't really care which one is where, and if the eyes are kind of already set for me, that's going to just mean less work for me. So yeah, I'm going to kind of just go with that and count my blessings, as it were. All right. The problem with the font that I chose, and I'm going to kind of just have to live with it. I don't really have many other options. The problem with the font I chose is it isn't exactly even. So, like, I might have to scale the ghosts slightly differently, which isn't a big deal because they're already going to be really tiny by comparison when you look at them. So I'm hoping that that's going to be okay. And I think that works. I think that looks pretty good, wouldn't you say? Man, there's a lot of conversation going on. It's 8:30 here. Well, fuck, same. Give me started on time zones. Okay. 5 o'clock here, Pacific time rules. Yeah, Netflix animation tends to be like that. All their seasons are half season unless they just decide to abandon something like they did with 12 Forever. I don't get it, man. I don't know. She-Ra on Netflix is so good, though. Alright. So I got Pinky where I need it to be. Let's try and get another one in there. Alright. Inky, where you at, boy? Okay, Inky's eyes are going the same directions as Pinky's. So I am going to have to adjust his. There's really just no fixing that. I'm just going to have to live with it and do more work, which is always fun. Oh wait, no! His eyes are going the opposite direction. Yes! This is working so well! This never happens. Maybe I need to stream doing 3D work more often if it's just going to go this damn well for me when I do it. Ah, god damn it. For some reason, when I do like that quick zoom in on them, it just doesn't want to be nice, and it just gets really like finicky. Okay, so let's reduce Inky down. I think that might actually be perfect. He's still a little big. Okay. Yeah, I think that works. Okay. So I'll move him up there a bit. Yeah, that's looking good. Let's get a quick zoom in and see how this all looks together. Oh, see, that's looking great. I actually really like that. It does look like Pac-Man is just straight fucked. Because, obviously the letters being the maze was always a bit weird and you never quite knew what to make of it. But it doesn't look like if he goes off screen anywhere or off the thing, he's going to survive, which is exactly what I wanted. And that's really nice. So yay. Inky worked out well. And now everybody's favorite Pac-Man ghost, Clyde. Alright, let's grab Clyde. And Clyde, I'm definitely going to need to be looking up. So yes, even despite all my hopes and dreams, Clyde will have to have his eyes moved. Hopefully, I'm just making a bigger deal out of it than it actually is. Alright. Let us move Clyde into position. I was going to put him right at the bottom of the U. And it happens again. Alright. So, Clyde... Seems like this nesting, for whatever reason, his eyes are moving down. I guess it's just changing because of the way the ghosts are animated. If I go over to my original project here with the Geeky Gentleman Light, you can kind of see just the craziness of this and how much editing is done to really make this work. So I'm going to turn off the grid and I'm just going to go to the beginning of the sequence and play this. And you see how much the ghosts are just moving around and how much editing I did to in post to make them disappear behind the letters as opposed to just kind of like pop up. So when I copy the ghosts over, they are still animated. And it's keeping their keyframes. When I click on the ghost, you can see all these little red lines here. That's the keyframes for the ghost's animation. And so I am kind of messing with that. And if I hit play here, things are going to look really weird. And there's going to be just one frame where they all are right here and they get really tiny. But I don't want to hit play because I'm pretty sure they won't save their current positions or scales or anything, and I really don't want to redo any of that work. Your title looking good, Ian, looking real good. Love it. Thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Alright, so let's dive into Clyde here. And his eyes are currently set to look down. So I'm going to select all those and hit that. And then I'm going to find the ones that are look up, and bam. So I got Clyde is now looking up, which is exactly what I wanted. Man, I'm so late to the party on stuff. I haven't started She-Ra on really any new animation besides 12 Forever and TF Cyberverse, which both great. Don't feel bad. I'm always behind on shit. I still haven't seen Dragon Ball's Tournament of Power arc, and that's kind of like all anybody was talking about for the longest time. Clyde is still just a little big. He looks a little weird being that much bigger than his brothers. Now, the thing I'm worried about with Clyde here is that he's going to be too orange compared to the rest of the orange. No, he's a different orange. That stands out nicely then. Good. All right. So that should be pretty much all of it, I think. Can I just select? Yeah, I can. What do? Can I move this up without messing? No, not really. Just a little unhappy of how far away this is because of the spacing. And I'm not sure modify, edit, ungroup? No. What's the word I want here? Is it convert? No. There's a way to just isolate them. And I can't remember how. I feel like I got a gnat in here or something that's bugging me. DC Superhero Girls is on Netflix. Yes, that is a good-ass show. Very fun. I've been watching all the get-to-know bits that they've been doing on YouTube, and the one that cracks me up is the superhero, or no, the Invincibros is what they call the superhero boys. And they go through everyone like Green Lantern, Hawkman, Steve Trevor. It's just Steve Trevor eating like a fucking sandwich because he doesn't have any powers. It's adorable. Mesh separate. It doesn't really work, does it? Edit. How would I do this? I might just have to nut up and tell it to ignore it, and I'll just cut it in post or something. Yeah, that might be the best solution, because the height really shouldn't make that big of a difference, I'm hoping. Let's play with the render settings real quick. So I need it to render in really good quality. Let's start with 4K. Oh, how does 4K work? 1 second. 4K, 16x9. What are the dimensions I need? Okay, god damn it. 16:9 aspect ratio. Okay, 4K 16:9. I need to know what the aspect ratio for 4K pixels is when I want it in 16:9. 6x9 calculator. There we go, my old buddy. Alright. Aspect ratio calculator. My width is 4096. My height needs to be 2304. Yay. Okay. And my pixel resolution, let's make it 300 dpi. Alright. That should be good. And let's play with the camera angle a little bit more. I'm a little disappointed that the logo's so blank, which is kind of the pain without, spreading around the ghosts, but I can't really... Oh, why do I do this to myself? I'm going to do it to myself, aren't I? I'm going to do this. Fuck me, I want to add tons of ghosts. Because it's so empty otherwise. Doing it. I hate myself. I really, really hate myself. I do this shit to myself all the time because I just hate me so much. Every letter is getting a group of ghosts. Fuck it. Oh shit. I can't move him like that. Alright. Okay, yeah, that's what I want. Alright. Fucking goddamn it. Is every letter's getting 2 ghosts. Fucking Christ, I hate that I do this. Why am I like this? Every letter except for the ones surrounding Pac-Man are getting 2 ghosts. Is my chat cracking up at me? Ugh. Yeah. I always do this to myself. Like, Alfie left the stream, I think, and it's because he knows that this shit is going to happen. He knows I'm going to do it, and he just can't afford to see me in pain like this. Yeah, Yeah, just doing 2 ghosts in every letter except for the ones surrounding Pac-Man. Because I have a tendency to overdo something, to do a bit of overkill. And so I'm hoping that this does a good job of at least looking somewhat not like shit. Alright, Pinky and then Clyde. Alrighty, Clyde I don't want to share with... there we go. So now, yeah, 2 there. Need to get 2 in there. Oh, I hate me. I hate me so much. Why do I suck at everything? What did I just do? Control D. Alright. Okay, Clyde 2. Clyde 2, you go over here. So me and Snuffican Shortbread are working on What If Goku Was in Critical Role. Yeah, I've seen you guys going just crazy in the What If suggestions, and it looks like you're having a good time. That's cool. Friend on Twitter, Curious Low, is really into Critical Role. I know she talks about it a lot. I don't even know what it is, to be honest with you. I feel kind of bad that I don't even know about it. But as long as people are enjoying it, I guess that's all that really matters. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste all the ghosts, and like an idiot, I'm going to make sure they're all looking at Pac-Man, because no one's going to care about that except for me. So yeah, that'll be a fun one. All right, 2. Need another Pinky in the L here. That'll work. All right. And then Blinky 2.0. Blinky for some reason is weird, and I have to open his things. All right, let's put Blinky in the Y. I think that's a good spot for him. Cool. All right. I hate me. Hate myself for being me. All right. Another Clyde. Don't have many Clydes in the top, so let's put him up here. Oh me, oh my. All right. Thanks, Titan. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for joining the stream. Alrighty, yeah, that's looking good. Okay, Inky 2. I mean, I've just got more letters to work with in the bottom row, which is kind of like the deceptive part. The E looks like it's really hard. It looks really tight in the E. So I might have a hard time placing 2 ghosts here. Might just have to settle on 1. Ooh, ouch. That is super narrow, isn't it? Do I scale it down? What do? What do I do? Okay, right there works. It's a little snug, but it should be good. Alrighty. Pinky 3. Where you be? Alright. Put Pinky right there in the end. That works. Yep, looks good. And then Blinky 3. Blinky has to be moved specially. Alright. Let's put Blinky over here in the L. Alrighty. Cool. Punish Trevor says, wait, the ghosts had names? Yeah, you didn't know the ghosts had names? Yep. Pinky, Blinky, Inky, and Clyde. And it is actually very specific which ones are which. Pinky is obviously pink. Inky is the kind of cyan, teal one, whatever you want to call that. Blinky is red, and Clyde is orange. There you go. I think they had different names in Miss Pac-Man, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that's the case. So Blinky 4.0 here. I believe they had different names in Miss Pac-Man, but I don't remember. So I'll have to just bow out and you can rip up one of my nerd cards. Jui Durandre. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. I'm doing work. What's up with you? Sorry for that. There's a gnat. It's driving me insane. If I had one thing to say about you live, it's you pick some random characters to make videos about, and I love it. Well, like, okay, so here's the thing with that, is there's a million people doing podcasts and stuff, and discussions, nerdy discussions, and, like, there's, I just cannot imagine that there aren't, like, at least 7,000 Batman character analysis videos on YouTube, right? So I try not to just go with the really, really obvious characters, and I like variety in the show. It's fun to talk about variety. So many channels are like known for Thing and only Thing, and that kind of just I don't like the idea of being put in that kind of situation. So I always try to just do stuff to really make myself feel like I have a lot of variety. I want people to come to the channel for, fun, various things, and maybe gain some interest as opposed to just, constantly, going down a rabbit hole. Because I know I go through, like, moods. I get into a character or a universe or whatever for a while, and then I kind of lose interest in it, and I might subscribe to a channel that's all about that, and I'll stay subscribed to them, but I notice, like, I'll stop watching their videos for long stretches of time, and sometimes I'll come back into them, and I'll go back and forth like that. And it's just one of those things where I'm like, I kind of feel bad for that, and I hope that my channel is at least somewhat immune to that, based on the fact that I have so much variety in it. At least that's what I hope. So... Yay, Clyde actually works like that. So that's one thing I really like. So here we go. Now that I'm adding like 15 billion ghosts, by the way, I am definitely not animating this. That is just not happening. Because, god damn, animating 4 ghosts and Pac-Man, animating 5 characters for the regular Geeky Gentleman Light was a pain in the ass, and it's not even a minute long. Julie says, ordered that Harleen comic based off your recommendation. Cannot wait to get it. That's really I'm really glad to hear that. It's actually very flattering. Thank you very much for letting me know that. That's great to hear. I always try to like highlight some stuff that people maybe don't know about or whatever. So that's really cool. Thank you. I feel like I'm not moving a lot of inkies. I'm gonna jump ahead here and put some inkies in some other spots. In this M with Blinky. Get it? Because ghosts, and Pac-Man has ghosts, and Ghoulie Gentleman, and scariness. Yay. Oof, this is a tight spot to put them in. There we go. I think that works. Yeah. What I'm trying to make sure is that the ghosts aren't overlapping the images of the light. Punish Travers, I need to read more comics. The only series from the big 2 I've been reading consistently is Spider-Man Life Story. I talk about a lot of books every week. Pick any of them up that sound interesting to you. I would love to have more people to talk about this stuff with. All right. Okay. Blinky 5. needs to go... Probably shouldn't put anybody in the same spot twice if I can avoid it. Alrighty, yeah, that's good. Okay. Blinky 5, Pinky 5. Ooh, Pinky, you got the short end of the stick. Okay, put you far at the end here. That's cool. Right is the best way to build an audience, because then people won't go stuck to you as the blank guys. Like, I'm still known as the Power Rangers Megaforce Sucks guy, and while I'm proud of those videos, it's high time I put some real distance between them and my name. I feel you there. There's videos that I've done and I'm like happy with, but at the same time I really don't want to just repeat myself and constantly be just only doing the one thing, you know? As much as I love certain properties, I don't want to just be a Batman channel. I don't want to just be known for just like one incredibly specific thing. I don't think I have many pinkies with blinkies. I say that as I've got a pinky with a blinky. Never mind. Inky blinkies. Alright, you know what? Let's do one thing. This will be weird. And I'm going to put it in here and no one's going to notice it. It's going to be our little secret. It's not going to be our little secret ghost. And we're not going to tell anyone about that ghost. We're just going to have that little ghost. He's going to be our little ghost friend. And we're going to be the only ones that know about him. No Bob Ross for anybody? Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change one ghost's color set. Alright? Oh crap, I can't change it in that manner. Alright, hold on, that's fine. I got this. Alright. This is just a regular blend, assign new material. Just regular old blend to it. And I'm going to make it red eyes. It's got a pretty intense transparency. Yeah. Okay. Nope. I don't need the big eyes to change. Alright. Man. Okay. Assign new material. Blend. And what I'm doing here is I'm just I'm gonna make a green ghosts, because it's one of those like Mandela effect things where people think there's such a thing as a green Pac-Man ghost, even though there isn't. Oh shit, hold on. Let's stop that render and go back to something a little bit more simple for the render settings. Yeah, I've still got my aspect ratio calculator up, so it shouldn't be a big deal. Alright. There we go. Otherwise, if I do 4K renders all day. Okay, so like he hasn't changed because I've got to actually change the paint effects. But if I render without the paint effects on, you'll see the kind of color combination I'm going with. Render options, is it in here? Paint effects, yeah. Enable stroke rendering. Turn that off real quick, and you're not going to see much, but that's what I'm going with. All right. So it's going to be green with red eyes. So I need to go through here and mess with the stroke effects. Okay. How do? There we go. Neon purple glow? Sure. Neon purple. Generate attach brushed curves? No. Do I have something just... Okay, that'll make that part easier. Where's Inky himself at? Pasted Inky 1. There we go. Okay. So I've got this old effect. That's like a green glow. So there we go, we're halfway there. Now I just gotta find out if I have a red glow for the eyes to make my life easier. If not, I can make it easy enough. It's just, God, it'd be so much nicer if I just had it already. Galaxy, lightning, pink light. Replace. Okay, all right, that kind of worked. I can work with that. All right, so let's see here. Oh, I know what that's for actually. Okay, so I'm gonna bring down the global scale like crazy. Try it again, make sure it's not overly large. Yep, there we go, that's exactly what I want. And shading, okay. Make it red, see what happens. Boom. Perfect. Okay. So now I just got to do that to the other one. Okay, select that one first, that one. All right. Okay. Save brush preset. Just call it red. And then all right, it's our own happy little green ghost with red eyes. Now, you know, I'm looking at it. I'm not sure if I love the red eyes. Let's do a quick audience interaction. What color should the green ghost's eyes be? Let's play around with this a little bit. What color? I thought red because, you know, Halloween, scary monster kind of thing, but I don't know if it really works. It almost comes off a little Christmassy. What color could I make the green ghost's eyes? You know, the nice thing is here we can actually play with this without having to do as much backtracking. So like I could do yellow eyes. Not bad. Blue. Well, I mean, we can always play with it. Let's go back to the yellow. The yellow is looking okay. I mean, we could do pink eyes. I think the pink might actually work. What do you guys think about the pink? Pinkish, kind of purplish hue. Can definitely play with like what shade. I can go with like a deep purple. Not bad. Let's play with that. Select that color. See what happens. I kind of like it with the purple eye. The purple pink. Let's go with a bit brighter. Let's go real bright, see what it looks like. Yeah, I'm thinking the pink eyes. It's really gonna make it pop, and it's off in a corner that no one's gonna be able to see. Oh man! All right, should be easy enough to change actually. So I should just be able to go like that, and everything's perfect. Yay! Okay. So I think I've got everything I want. I couldn't get multiple ghosts in the E's, which is a little unfortunate, but I think that's okay. All right. Let's go back to our render settings and production quality. Okay. Oh, there we go. Back to common. Put it in 4K, which means I need the height to be 2304, and I'm doing this at 300 pixels per inch. Okay. Now, I'm not done yet, am I? I need to go through every ghost and make sure they're all looking directly at Pac-Man. That part's gonna be fun. Okay. So we'll start with this Inky here, and he needs to be looking right. So we're gonna go Control H to hide it, and find the look right section of the eyes and Shift H to show it. Pinky is looking good. Everyone up here is looking good so far. Good. Clyde, I did want looking up. All right. This pinky is not looking in the correct direction. All right, so pinky's looking right. So we're gonna make pinky look left. These are the fine details you really gotta like kind of just, you can get lost in them, and sometimes I just want to yell at myself because it's so silly. No one in the entire world could possibly care about which direction the ghosts are looking. Oh, cool. So it does have a name, and yes, it is very groovy. Don't know anyone, so I've lost track of the conversation. I apologize. I don't know what's being discussed anymore. So Clyde needs to be looking right here, correct? No. All right, good. And Blinky down there can be looking up. Now, technically, I suppose all of the ghosts on the bottom should just be looking up, right? It just would make sense. I'll let our green guy still look over to the right, but I think every ghost at the bottom should just be looking up. So that'll probably make things a little easier, because I can just go through here real quick and be like, yep, you need to look up, you need to look up, you need to look up. And it just means the ones that are already looking up I don't have to mess with, which is nice. All right. You know, I got really concerned about moving the eyes, and it turned out to be a lot easier than I remembered, because Past Ian set that up really nicely for myself, which is really great. So let's all give Past Ian a nice little round of applause. And have you ever tried Doctor Who Series 11? I feel Jodie Whittaker Doctor Who is more up your alley in terms of her morality, which is more akin to Tennant's. I want to. I really do. I lost a lot of love for Doctor Who in the final seasons of Capaldi, and so I have a really hard time wanting to get back into it. What I think I need to do for myself is just find the time to go back and rewatch some of the Doctor Who I love, and that'll probably help me get in the right headspace that I'll be ready to go to that season, for whatever that's worth. I love that I've almost been done like 3 times, and I just keep thinking of shit to do to make this harder. That is just that is my fucking brand, y'all. Oh man, that shit is my fucking brand. All right, so yeah, what are we calling? Is his name Greenie? What's the name of our special green Pac-Man ghosts that doesn't exist? Let's get some comments down there so I can have a name for our special green Pac-Man ghost. I saw someone suggest Bob. Bob's not bad, but I feel like it's too derivative of Clyde, you know? So I'm wondering if his name should be Greenie or Meanie, maybe. Meanie could be cool, because it'd be a deviation a little bit, but it fits the name structure. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Meanie, Greenie. Name him Gibbons. I'm not naming him Gibbons. That doesn't even work. That doesn't fit either. The naming structure or the like fun thing about the deviation. Come on. work a little harder. Fit it in the name structure. Gabi. Gabi ain't bad. I like Gabi. I'm kind of leaning on Gabi. Has anyone else got anything for me? Alright. So they're all, except for Gabi. Yeah? Gabi seems to be getting quite a bit of love. Thank you, Joel, for Gabi. They're all looking in the same direction now, which is nice. I think we're ready to go. Let's check the render settings one more time, because this is usually going to take a minute or two. Okay. I think everything's looking good. I think we're ready to go. Alright, let's do our render, and I'll make sure to pull this up so it's nice and proper in the screen size, so you guys can see it come together. There we go, that worked beautifully. You know, the funny thing is we won't be able to see much except for the placement of the ghosts and I guess Pac-Man, because I didn't create a mesh for the light, but I don't think I need to. It's not really something that's incredibly noticeable. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm already here. Let's just do it. Hold on. It's going to take like 10 more seconds, I promise. Okay. So here's my curves. How do... I guess I'll just duplicate this. Control G, light, and I'll just create a duplication of that. So I can go through here and modify, convert paint effects to numbers. And there we go. Let's get all that. Control G. Glass, let's call it. And this, I don't know, it'll be more fun to watch it render this way anyway. So, assign new material. Give it a nice blend texture with fair amount of transparency and a nice burnt orange. There we go, nice dark orange. Some incandescence so it catches light well, even though we're not doing a lot of light. Eccentricity, a little bit of specular roll-off, and an intense reflectivity. Okay, glass in 3D modeling programs is a lot easier than in any other art form. I think we've decided on Gabi in the chat. Okay. So now everything should be ready to go. Okay. Let's try this again. You know, the fun part about doing this is I have no idea if the render of all of it as one piece is a good idea or not. Probably not. I'm probably would be better off doing this twice. Doing a render of the glass layer and then a render of the glow layer. But we'll see. We'll see if we need to or not. Maybe we'll luck out. We never luck out when we do 3D work. It literally never happens. Excuse me, while it renders, I'm going to open up Skype and tell Alfie, hey, I'll be ready in a few whenever this render's done. So, I mean, not bad, though. We're working, you know, it took about an hour and a half, and obviously I wasn't, like, going ham on it. I was just kind of, you know, casual stream. I tried doing these 3D render chats or whatever about a year or two ago. It's probably, 2 years ago at this point. And I I kind of felt embarrassed by them because I was trying to do things that just I didn't have the kind of practice I needed on the program anymore. So I don't know if this will be something I do regularly. I've lost a lot of skill with Maya, I feel, and I don't remember a lot of things. So hopefully this wasn't too painful for anyone to watch if anyone's in 3D modeling. I doubt it, but hey, who knows? But I don't know. Mainly just taking prior resources and kind of making them work. Punish Trevor, missed the majority of the stream. That's fine. Again, I'm just shooting the shit with people. If you want to, you can go back and rewatch it. I really don't think it's necessary. You're not going to get that much out of it. Joel says, I'm more talented than him. Well, of course. I'm perfect. We all know this. But I'm not as talented as I used to be. Like, I don't think I could make my lanterns anymore. I don't think I'd be good enough to do that. Vax says, this has been fun. I need to give something like this a go on my channel. I mean, yeah, totally. I know a lot of creators do that. Watchtower Database channel I follow, I know they recently, like a week or two back, did a stream talking about like how we make our thumbnails, and I thought that was a fun idea. Maybe that should be the thing, because Alfie's worked with me while I've been making thumbnails, and I'm just so goddamn nitpicky about it, and I'm so like, no, it's got to be this specific thing, which means I have to do 3 to 4 times the amount of work. And that's just my fucking brand, dude. That's just how I roll. But I don't know, it was definitely fun to do. It'll be fun to use this and have this as a resource. I mean, it wasn't too awful, luckily. That's the nice thing. I'll do one for History Month and Holiday Month, I guess. Oh, why did I just commit to that? This sounds like a bad idea. I just don't even know what they'll be. You know, like, it's just Ghoulie Gentleman works because I've got the frickin' ghosts. What should I do? What should the logo be? People help me brainstorm. How do I change the Geeky Gentleman logo to make it more historic? I don't know. I need help on that thought process. Oh, man. Okay. Would it be a total dick move if I, like, ended the stream before this finishes rendering because I didn't want to go past 9:30 my time? Joel says make the Geeky Gentleman history logo look like stone. I guess that could work. History Month should look like it's written on an old scroll. I guess I could make that work. It wouldn't be too terribly difficult to, like, create a scroll and like make the lettering like, or just, I guess I wouldn't even need to do that in Maya. Maybe I could probably just create a resource online or find a resource online of a scroll and just write Geeky Gentleman in like a fancy font or something. Holiday Month should be written in Christmas lights. I like that. That's something I could definitely do in Maya. I'm pretty sure there's a Christmas light paintbrush. I'm like almost 70% sure of that. And have Santa flying over, of course. I made a Neon Santa, so that wouldn't be too difficult. If I should still have him. I'm really, really like anxious about ever deleting anything, so I should still have Neon Santa hanging around somewhere. Maybe I should do a 4K render of Gabi when we're done with this. Just, make sure I've got the directions for his eyes and stuff. That'd be a fun one. Yeah, maybe. Oh. Whew, man. It's so funny to think about all this work and it's just going to be in, like, the corner of the screen. I hope you guys appreciate the thumbnails. I put way more work into them than anybody in their right mind should. And so I hope you guys do appreciate how they end up looking and coming together, because I spend a stupid amount of time on my thumbnails. Like, it's so good that I use YouTube purely as a fun hobby thing, and not as a as like a career, because I spend so much time on the really, really minute stupid shit, and I just, like, if I worked it out like wages, I'd just be broke. I'd be like so inefficient in that manner. So yes, we have Blinky, Pinky, Inky, Gabi, and Clyde. Yay, Gabi. Gabi is the ultimate creature. Indeed he is. And that's why we love him. All hail Gabi, our new god. Now and forever. Oh, man. Well, I don't know. This has been a fun stream. I'm sorry that, like, during the part where I could be the most interactive, a lot of people have left. But, I don't know. I hope you guys found it interesting to just get to see some of the process. I know a lot of people don't really know much about 3D modeling, so hopefully this was at least fun in that regard. I'm worried I'm going to get this done. Most of the time what happens when you do glass and a glow effect like this is the glass just gets completely buried in the glow. So I'm kind of hoping that that's just what happens, because I really don't think I need the glass, and yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for Boondocks coming back to HBO. Love me some Granddad. Oh god, I fucking love that show. I'm really excited to see it, especially with HBO. They're not going to censor a goddamn thing, and they're going to be able to just get away with even more, which will be really cool. Boondocks is something that is desperately needed in this day and age. The only problem with that show is just the fact that it was such high quality that it couldn't be as rapid fire and as poignant as it needed to be. Like, I think South Park has severely overstayed its welcome, but one of the things I do really admire about South Park is the fact that it can be done. They did that whole documentary 6 days to air on South Park, and so, like, when you're watching an episode of South Park, it's so topical because they started working on it last week. And unfortunately, Boondocks is just of such a high standard of quality that you can't do that. And so some of the stuff they do can feel a little bit dated in the show. The Obama episode it's still a really good point, and it still, like, got to kind of the heart of a lot of Obama's stuff, but it was just it's very dated compared to the rest of the stuff that series was about. And so it's a little disappointing in that regard, that it can't be as timeless. But man, am I hyped to see Boondocks coming back. Punish Trevor saying, wait, Boondocks coming back? Yeah, they got another season and a special releasing on HBO. I think it's going to be on the HBO streaming app or something like that. It's exhausting, the number of streaming apps. Beck says, never seen Boondocks, just a little before my time. Really? Like, what? I guess the age gap between us is greater than I realized because Boondocks started when I was a freshman in high school. So I'm a little surprised by that. You should definitely check it out. The first season is by far the best, in my opinion. So I'd say go ahead and watch the first season, and if that doesn't do it for you, then you don't really have to bother with the rest of the series. But it is a damn good series. Joel says, I started seeing Boondocks randomly on TV and thought it was hilarious. Granddad clicked for me. I love grumpy, elderly characters like him. Yeah, Granddad's great. Huey is by far my favorite character, and it's like that's the reason the first season is my favorite, is because Huey is the main focus in that season, and in the later seasons they start to focus on a lot of the other characters a little bit more, and he kind of becomes, relegated to the background a little bit more. But nah, Huey's fantastic. Punish Driver says, South Park overstaying its welcome isn't on the same level as, say, The Simpsons. No, I think that's fair. Simpsons is definitely well overplayed. My problem with South Park is it's just its style of humor, its political commentary. It's just very immature and something that worked in the late 90s and mid 2000s in a way that I think we've just moved past at this point. I really feel like South Park should have just ended in 2010 and it would be looked back on a lot more fondly. As it is now, I think it's just this exhausting thing that just feels very kind of out of touch. I feel like Trey Parker and Matt Stone of the late 90s, if they met Trey Parker and Matt Stone and did a South Park episode about South Park, what it is now versus what they were doing then, I feel like they'd pretty much send themselves up the river. Because it's not that they've sold out, it's not that they've compromised, it's just that they've kind of become in a lot of ways the things that they claim to have hated. Let's see here. I also had very Christian parents that kept adult cartoons under lock and key, so I never really got into them until BoJack Horseman came around. I think that's fair, and Vax says he's 22. Yeah, no, that's understandable. It's one of those things where I guess that makes some sense. Boondocks today will be very, very, very interesting to see with what they comment on. I can already see ideas for how characters would be interacting with topics of today. Uncle Ruckus and Trump, for instance. Exactly. That's the thing I'm really excited for. Just the blatantly racist, self-hating character being just all about Donald Trump will be really exciting. But the person I'm hoping that Uncle Ruckus focuses his attention on more is Candace Owens. I think that's her name. Who's the black trumper. The black woman that loves Trump and is this huge proponent for Trump and stuff. And I kind of hate talking about her because if you don't know about her, you're better off. But she is the kind of person that Uncle Ruckus is a parody of. And so it would be nice to see, her lampooned on Boondocks. Boom! There it is, folks. There is the Ghoulie Gentleman logo. I think that came together really, really well. I am very happy with that. Here's the nice thing about rendering in 4K. Oh, look how close I can get, and you're gaining detail, if anything. Oh, that's beautiful. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, let me save this. And we'll go ahead and put it we'll create a Geeky Gentleman thumbnail right here on air. There we go. I have saved it as a special file type because if I saved it as like a PNG or something, it might not actually work. It wouldn't keep the glow effect and everything. So let's just see it real quick with a black background again. Yep, that's good, that's good. Wait a minute. What? Shit. Okay. Well, I fucked up, so I can't make you a I can't make you a thumbnail right now because I fucked it up. I forgot to. No, there's the planner surface. It's there. It's visible. What happened? Why did it go away? I fucked something up. What did I fuck up? For some reason, the planner surface didn't render? That's really odd. I might be able to fix it real quick. Render view, full screen it, render selected objects only. So this will be weird. This is just going to render, it's going to look all black, but we'll see if we can figure this out real quick. Man, I really do need to be going. Okay, hold on. We'll give this just another second or two. Oh man, it's really going to take some time because it's in 4K. You know what? I think you got the gist of it. You know what the logo looks like. I hate to end on a fuck up, but I think I'm going to end on a fuck up, y'all. I'm sorry. I know how I'm going to fix it. You'll see it in the logos. I'll make sure to post an image of it on Twitter and probably in the community tab later tonight, so you can see like a nice high quality version of it and stuff. So sorry to end on a fuck up, but I do need to get going. Anyway, it's been real, been fun. Everyone, thanks very much for joining the stream. Bye.